more elegant.
In a more elegant way, and in a more sort of friendly way.
Yeah.
And how about the whole idea? Because obviously, for example, within the League of Social Democrats, it tends to be the leaders amongst the group tends to be sort of older men, isn't it? Chinese men, sort of in their 40s and 50s. Do you think in some ways some women they feel okay that it's not really for them because there's too many pretty strong-minded men? Do you think in some ways the leaders of LSD need to just think about how they're perceived by women in some ways?
Maybe some women will think joining LSD, they have to confront with the masculinity inside the organization.
Right.
Yeah. maybe they will think about they have to whether I have to speak foul language.
Yeah.
I have to ask.
But I know you do shout loud slogans.
So how about if for example, if Andrew Toh is the chairman, do you think it would change? Like he's a handsome man.
I don't know. Even for me, maybe at some time in some events, maybe I would say foul language against the government officials. So I don't know whether when Andrew Toh become the chairperson.
I could see how perhaps many women perhaps would find Andrew more appealing to as a leader in some ways. Can you see that he might be seen as more attractive to
more
women?
Attractive to women.
Because he's not as aggressive in quite the same kind of way, perhaps as some of the other leaders. I mean, do you see what I mean? In some ways,
maybe more elegant. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a bit more diplomatic, and the way he talks sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, and so you're actually. I mean, would you call yourself a sex therapist as well?
Yeah.
And just tell us a bit about, because you actually there is actually a Hong Kong sex therapy and rehabilitation centre, which. There's an actual centre for it, isn't it?
I do private practice.
Yeah. Because obviously, doing your stuff through the newspapers, that's sort of from talking to people in one way. But obviously, the centre the centre that you're involved in, obviously it's more one-to-one, isn't it? And more in depth
counselling.
And obviously, that's kind of a different kind of thing, and obviously in much more depth. Tell us a bit more about that and what you're doing with that.
Usually I do some referral cases. Some of my friends or colleagues referred case to me. They have relational problem or some sexual problem, and then we'll make appointment and we'll do some one-to-one interview. And in the sessions, we have to discuss about the problem, the presenting problem, and also the hidden problems inside the relations.
Right.
For most of the time, I find a gender difference. For the first session, usually a woman will tell me the truth, but men have to tell a lot of excuses, and after 2 to 3 sessions, and then tell me the truth. The only way to solve the problem is the counselor to know about what is really happening inside the relationship. But men always refuse to tell the therapist or the counselor the truth.
I think, Joe, you're doing a very important job, because there has been a theory that if a sex life or that sort of relationship problems have been handled well, there will be less public discontent. As well, so there will be less people to go on July the 1st rally. So you're doing quite a job there, quite an important role.
I thought for a second, Simon, that you were going to ask to make an appointment. You wanted to go along to that.
I was asking, did you actually give a discount to your members of your party?
Oh, why not?
That will make one more reason why people should join your party, then, I guess.
Actually, I offer some sessions without asking for money from some desperate person. For example, some person who are teenage or some men or women who are poor.
So you're applying the LSD spirit within your own sex therapist practice.
Yeah, for free.
For free. No. Usually, when on the street you would see lots of the banners from legislative councillors or district councillors. Okay, I provide free consultation, but free legal consultation. And then, and Julie's banner, you have one more to add, I think.
Yeah, I offer sex counseling.
No one can compete with you on that one. You're the expert on that.
Yeah. I mean, sex education in Hong Kong, it's pretty non-existent, isn't it? It's
not enough.
It's just nothing, isn't it?
Yeah. And many teachers try to put their position in a very conservative and traditional way.
That's true, because when we talk about education, the educators themselves were very crucial, just like general education. I mean, we talked about there are not adequate and enough teachers who have that professional training.
Yeah.
And when it comes to sex education, some of the teachers themselves who are teaching the subject might have wrong positions or, some wrong concepts in mind. And that would be even more troublesome than not teaching them. But is the system doing anything about that at all?
There are some organizations in Hong Kong try to open some courses for social workers and teachers, providing some more open view to about the sex education. They promote to talk about condoms, about extramarital relations. Don't have any taboo about talking some sexual topics. So I find it will be a good development if this kind of courses are welcomed by teachers and social workers.
But it does seem for feminists in Hong Kong, in some ways, I would call myself a feminist actually.
Yeah.
And that's it is important that men get involved and speak up as well, because I would argue that one of the reasons why the women's movement in Hong Kong is so slow is because so many women aren't standing up and for their rights. But it seems to me that people like you are constantly sort of battling with the government to try to sort of break down barriers and create and say we need more discussion about the whole issue about sex education and relationships education. Whereas in my country now, in England now, it's not a constant battle with the government. The government is saying yes, let's there's sort of a constant cooperation going on with activists and between the government. They see it as an